Alright guys, just a quick introduction to today's video. It's got multiple pieces to it. Hopefully it doesn't turn out too long, but there's just a bunch of things I want to get to you. I just like the reconnection and I want to get you back up to speed. So we're going to talk about my track day Saturday. We're going to talk about what's next for racing, track racing. We're going to talk about my NHRA license and drag racing. We're going to talk about Travis McNutt. Before I get into that, I just found out our 2020 C8 order got picked up by the production facility. And so we are scheduled to be in the first batch of C8s that are made in the United States. Production is supposed to start December 1st, December 2nd, somewhere like that. However, I don't know if you've noticed, General Motors did go on strike. All the production workers are on strike as of yesterday. So I'm sure that's got to have an impact on dates. But the exciting part is our order's been picked up. I've seen it. I've seen the confirmation screen from Matt Beaver at Whitmore Chevrolet. And so we'll be, when those factories do turn up and C8s do start getting produced, we'll be one of the first ones out the door. Pretty exciting. All right, on with the video. Hey everybody, let's see, it's Tuesday morning. Let's see, it's almost noon. And I just want to give you I just want to reconnect with you guys and do another video and just stay connected now that I've kind of come back online. So what I really want to talk about today is what happened on Saturday. It was probably my best track day ever. It was an event put on by McLaren. It was pretty exclusive. It's invitation only. They limit it to usually around 40 drivers. And this Saturday we had, I think 25 showed up. So it was a pretty exclusive event as far as the entire track was for us. So McLaren puts it on. McLaren Philadelphia is the dealership that puts it on. That's the dealer I bought my 720 at. And they hold them, this is the third one I've gone to. They do one in the spring and one in the fall. So I did last fall, last spring, and then 2 days ago. And let's see, they did it, they always hold them at New Jersey Motorsport Park. And if you don't know that park, it's a pretty professional level facility and it's got two tracks on it. The Lightning track is the one I've done all 3 times. And then the other one is Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt and Lightning, very, very frightening if you know the song. But actually those 2 tracks are named after some World War II aircraft. The entire facility has an airport at it, and the whole thing was an Army Air Corps airfield back in World War II and hosted a lot of Lightnings and Thunderbolts as a training facility before they went overseas. So that's where those names come from. So it's New Jersey Motorsport Park, Thunderbolt, and Lightning are the tracks. So I gotta tell you straight up, it was my best track day ever, and this will be my worst track video ever. So the main reason is there wasn't a way for me to put track video in here. They weren't allowing me to keep my cameras in the car or my phone in the car, and I didn't bring my outdoor mounts. So I'm going to take you through some of the eye candy of the event, and I'll do better next time. So my best track day ever, the reason I say that is the track is open track format, meaning that once the drivers meetings occurred, they let us more advanced drivers go out for about an hour, and then they brought us in and they let the more novice drivers out for a while. But essentially after that, it's open track. You can go out all you want. There's an hour closure for lunch so the flaggers can come in. So I was in the seat 5 hours was my time on Saturday. So 5 hours, full speed, at track speed. I had a senior instructor with me for about an hour of that, Tom, senior instructor Tom. He worked with me in May and made me quite a bit better. And then this time, he really did push me, and we were able to work on, several things. I kind of want to go through. For those of you who aren't racers, you might not know what it means to work on your racing. For you though that do a lot of track time, this will be boring as hell, and I apologize for it. But so we put 5 hours in the seat at full speed. We actually went through 6 tanks of fuel. The 720, when you have it in its upper end, burns a lot of fuel. So I went through 6 tanks of gas during that day. And I just need to say thanks to senior instructor Tom. He's been very good to me twice in a row now. So what are the things? He works on 4 things with us. One is move the braking point further into the corner or closer to the entry point for the corner. And boy, I tell you, that sure sounds easy. But when you're approaching a corner at 150 miles an hour, you know, that extra 10 or 20 yards can give you a huge pucker factor until you get confident in your car and your ability. It certainly gave me puckers for mine. So enter the braking period later and get off your brake earlier. So the braking period is much shorter and scrub a lot less speed off than I had been doing. So entering the braking cycle much later in the turn and getting off the brake much sooner, and getting that car rotated into the corner. And the next set of things he had me working on was, as soon as I've lined up for the apex, I was getting back on the gas almost as I was coming out of the corner, which felt more natural to me. And Tom was making me do that further and further back inside the corner, to the point where once I turned into the corner and I was actually pointed, I had the line right with the car rotation. Before I got to the apex, he had me on the gas pretty hard. So move the braking point closer to the corner, get off the brake much sooner than feels comfortable, and scrub a lot less speed than feels comfortable, and then get back on the gas much sooner and much more aggressively than I had been, and do it before you reach your apex. And it was actually getting pretty good about it. He turned me from one of the slower guys on the track to really a hunter. I was hunting people by the end of the day, and that felt really good.
Alright guys, decided to show you this tech check lineup. These guys do everything for you. Makes you really lazy. They pull your mats, check your brakes, check your tires, check your fluids, do everything for you. It's the only time I ever race that I don't have to do it myself. I just walked down one line here. It's just fun to see all these cars in one place. That's ours. Again, that was lunch 10. Done with lunch. Kind of looks good with everyone's doors up. Been a great event.
Okay, so that was all about Saturday. So what's next? So the next event is pretty much scheduled. I talked to a couple guys at the track, and they believe I'm kind of ready for the next level, and that's what they call a pure McLaren event. And the next one is at the Circuit of the Americas, or COTA. It's in Austin, Texas. And it's when the Formula One race series comes to the United States. It's the only race in the world circuit that comes for the F1 that comes to the US. And it's I'll be down there November 10th through 12th. And I'm actually on the track. I mean, that's kind of crazy for me. I'm on an F1 level track at COTA. And then I'll probably end up going to the race as well. But it's 101. It's called the Performance Academy. Advanced level is where I'm headed, and you get your own instructor, and you get up to either a half day or a full day of individualized track time with your instructor, and God knows where you can go from there. There are 2 or 3 levels beyond that, and it's pretty exciting to even think about it. But for now, let's just leave it here. I had a great track day, took my skills to a much different level, and hopefully I can go to the Performance Academy Advanced level here in November. So that's not even 2 months away. I'll take you with me. I'll do much better, if they allow it, I'll do a much better job of videoing track time, hopefully from inside the car. Outside the car is kind of cool, but inside the car is where you get to see everything going on. So hopefully we can do that as well. So that's it. That's it for the track day. That's it for where we're going next in the racing, track racing, at least on this channel. So the next thing I want to update you on is the drag racing side of our channel. So I put this up on Instagram and I put it up on my Facebook site, but a lot of you may not have known or may not have heard, but I actually got my NHRA license. It comes on a card like this, and I'm pretty excited by it. I'm pretty proud of it. Probably a million people have it, but I'm pretty excited to have it. You know, here's the license part itself, and I haven't even pulled it off the card yet. I like how it looks, so I'm keeping it on there for now. Kind of geek, but that's cool. So what is it? Right now I have my NHRA competition license. It's in the 8th mile. I'm a level 4B. I'm certified in classes SS and SST. So let me unwrap all that gibberish, because a lot of you may know, but I know I didn't. So maybe a lot of you don't know. You know, what does all that mean? So you can get in NHRA, you have 8th mile and quarter mile licenses. I'll go get my quarter mile this fall. The classes are SS or Super Stock or SST Super Street. Those are the two I carry. So I carry 8th mile licenses in SS and SST. I have what's called a level 4B license. And level 1 is full-on professional. That's what you do for a living. And level 4 just has really costs less and a few less licensing runs is what they're called. B means I'm licensed to race in a wheelbase up to 125 inches. So I have an NHRA 8th mile level 4B license for classes SS and SST. So that's what all that means. Kind of exciting, looking forward to the next steps. I can do quite a bit of professional racing at the 8th mile level, and my coach, Roy Hills, asked me to come down and do some of that. So you'll probably see us do a little bit of both as the fall progresses. We'll do some 8th mile professional races and hopefully win a little bit of money. We'll see. And then I'll go down and get my quarter mile license as well. So that's it for the NHRA or the drag race side of the channel. The last piece is for today is that I got Travis McNutt coming back to the garage. In fact, I'm filming this on Tuesday. He'll be back here tomorrow, all day tomorrow. He had done quite a bit of work with my vehicles before. He is a ceramic coating guy. That's the product he uses. He's the best coating guy I've ever seen in the industry. And when he's done with your vehicle, it looks amazing. So Travis McNutt, gonna be here on Wednesday. I've got a number of vehicles lined up for him. Some of the wives. But the rest of this video is gonna be really eye candy from the last time he came. I wanted you to see some pictures of him actually doing his work, and then I wanted you to see the cars after he had done it. So the rest of this video is really just eye candy of photos of the vehicles that he worked on for me. That's really it for the channel for today. You guys, I'll try to do a life, business, finance one very soon. Thanks you guys, bye.